everybody. Deplorable Bobby here. I'd like to ask you to subscribe to my channel, and I want to thank you for watching. Tonight we're gonna talk about our children, but we're going to talk about them in a different light tonight. You know, our children are not just the children here in America. Our children are the children around the world. And tonight I want to bring to light a little bit about what's going around the world with our children. You know, in India, the child brides are being burned alive every day. In India, thousands of young girls are being burnt. They're being burned alive by their husbands and their husbands' families. The women in India have a very low opinion of other women, especially if you're not in the family. It takes a period of time to become a member of the family, and some of these young poor girls, they never get a chance to become a member of the family because you know, the views of the women throughout all of India are the same. You know, women are no more than animals to the men, but yet they're no more than animals to the women. And so the women are doing as much of this evil as the men are. That's what I don't understand. But anyway, the Mission Network News reports that 8,000 bride burnings happen each year in India in rural areas. And the reason they do them in rural areas is because they don't get prosecuted as much, because they're not investigated as much, so you get away with it a whole lot more. In the large cities, it's not done as much. It is done, but not as much. But in the rural areas, it's epidemic. People, it's epidemic. 8,000 a year in India are burned alive every year. And these are girls. These are little girls that were betrothed to a man to better the family of the bride. But yet the bride's family had to pay a dowry to the groom's family in order for him to marry her. So I don't understand India's way of thinking there, people. And I know it's a little screwed up. It seems like it's, I don't know, it's idiocy. But anyway, many of the deaths by fires are over dowry disputes, just like I said. You know, these people, these husbands and their families, they get these brides and they get a dowry. And then they find out, well, this girl ain't exactly what we thought she was, so we want some more money. And if you don't give me some more money, I'm going to beat this poor girl. And I'm going to bring her around and I'm going to show her to you, let you see her black eyes and her bruised lips and, you know, busted nose. I'm going to bring her around, let you see her suffering. You'll give me more money. And if you don't give me more money, I'm going to set her on fire. I'm going to burn her to a crisp. I may not get no more money, but your daughter's dead. And that's the way they think about it. And people, it ain't just the men. It's the women doing this to other women for the men. These women are so brainwashed. The ones that survive are so damn brainwashed. They think like the other men think. They think of themselves as less than human, but they think of someone outside of their family as a female less than even an animal. How does this work? I don't understand India at all. You know, I thought they were the enlightened people. Come on, they're Hindus. These Hindus are supposed to have, you know, I don't know, Dalai Lama, Buddha, whatever. You know, what in the hell's going on in India? Well, you know, some of those poor girls were even burnt to death because their skin was a little too dark or a little too light for the family's liking. And the family couldn't very well pay that poor girl's way out of that. Well, there she was. She's a member of the family, but she's a little dark. We're going to have to get rid of that girl, get you a lighter one. Or that little girl's a little too light. We got to get you a darker one. So they just kill them. People, they kill them. Kill little girls that their mamas and daddies sold to another family. But that's what I don't understand. They sold them to another family. Not for money. No. They sold up for prestige in their family. And then those people who took the girl, they wanted money for that prestige. And if they weren't willing to pay, then the poor girl dies. Let's douse her with gasoline, set her on fire, it's over. We'll go get us another one. That's how it happens over there in India, people. You know, women in general in India continue to suffer widespread rape, extreme violence, sexual assault, servitude. These girls are enslaved. I mean, India, why aren't we such good friends with India? I mean, hell, we gave them nukes. How stupid of us. These people can't even deal with their own family structure. How can they deal with nukes? Anyway, women are mainly cast in the lower caste of all society. You know, and that's where they stay. But I don't understand why women aren't helping other women. But yet these women persecute other women as much as men. People, there ain't much we can do about a society that is lost. And people, India is lost. Whatever Hindu is, I don't know, and I don't care. And I don't care to care. So I'm going to tell you this much. Take your Hindu shit and throw it out the damn window along with Islam and all this other stuff. I'll tell you what. Get your heart right. Give your heart to Christ. See what happens. Your life will change. So far, it's kept this nation alive. Even though we got so many damn demon rats trying to destroy us every day. But yet, we're surviving. And if these other countries want to survive, all they got to do is do it. Just like we did. But you know, there's a whole lot of other things to talk about our poor children. I'm going to talk about that right now. You know, we're going to talk about all these disasters that's been happening around the world. You know, for some reason, disasters spike in child trafficking. Now you tell me why. Why does child trafficking spike after a disaster? Well, I'm going to explain why disasters cause child trafficking to rise and why our children are so vulnerable after a disaster. But just for an example, you know, in 2015, Nepal was hit with a 7.8 earthquake. You know, it killed more than 8,000 people. You know, it left the whole country in a disaster zone. Child trafficking exploded after the quake. Okay, think about that. It exploded. That means that more children were trafficked during that period than at any other time in their history. Same scenarios. 2004, Southeast Asia tsunami. Same thing happened. 2010 earthquake in Haiti. Thousands and thousands of children disappeared. We'll talk about that in a minute. 2011, drought in the Horn of Africa. I mean, what's happening to these people? 2013, a typhoon in the Philippines. Child trafficking escalated after every single one of these events. And the reason is, it's easy. It's easy to see how natural disasters play into this. They amplify child traffickers' ability to exploit our children. Child trafficking is the act of recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, and receipt of a child. People, after a disaster, that happens thousands of times a day. You know, according to the UN Office of Drugs and Crime, they say trafficking women and girls make up 79% of all human trafficking. You hear that? 79% are girls and women sexually trafficked. Boy, I tell you what, we got a sick society going on here, but I got to talk to you about some people. I told you I'd come back to Haiti. We're going to talk about the earthquake of 2010. Convicted child trafficker Laura Silsby was arrested at the Haitian border with 33 children with no documentation. She could have went to jail for many, many, many years. But yet, here's what happened. Her charges and her sentence were reduced after Bill Clinton and Killary Rotten Clinton stepped in for her defense. They interfered on her behalf in the judicial system in Haiti. There was no MSM coverage of that stuff, people. But you know, Bill Clinton, right after the earthquake, was made UN Special Envoy to Haiti. And as soon as he got there, the first thing he did was he squelched all reports from anywhere and anybody that had to do with Americans trafficking children out of Haiti. This was directly behind the Silsby incident. He squelched all that stuff, people. He didn't want you to know that they were trafficking children. That woman had 33 kids on the border with no documentation. And him and his frazzle-rat wife went to her defense and got a reduced sentence. She walked off with a fine. Well, people, Bill Clinton intentionally covered up the Silsby incident in Haiti. And people, they covered up a whole lot more in Haiti, let me tell you. But that's another video. I don't want to go too long tonight, but I want you to know that I appreciate you. I thank you for watching. This is Deplorable Bobby. This is how I see it. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.